Ladies and gentlemen, are you getting me? फैजान साहब मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Right, friends, you are welcome here in this session. First, I will tell some experiences how the interview you have to face the interview. Now, you try to put the question in the mind of the examiner or the interviewer, so that those questions should be asked. That is, you have to trap them. Trap the interview board. Now you will say how? It is very simple. There is a chance, you have a chance, when they ask your name and then they say something about yourself. So at this, now you have a chance. At this stage, you can tell them the topics which you are well prepared. Say you want to say something about subject committees. So while telling about your experience, you can say that while working as PGT, I was a convener of subject committee. All these questions will come according to your choice, and you are well prepared there and you will tell everything. Somebody may say that I have gone through a training being conducted by CBSC about the new education policy. But then you should be well prepared about this, because all questions will be asked to you out of this topic. Similarly, you can say that while I was working in the school as PGT, I was also helping the office in preparing the budget. Then they will ask you the question, what is budget? And budget, you can see the education code of KVS, and need not go thoroughly in everything, in deep. They want to know your confidence. They can ask general questions also. So you need not be worried about that I have not studied this and this question they have asked. Which topic you don't know, well, you can tell them, sir, I am not prepared about this topic. You can ask me another question. Because their confidence is to be tested. Your confidence is to be tested, and your knowledge about the topic, they want to test. So this is what they can ask. Your priorities, how you will improve the teaching learning process. They can also ask you, and I will reply these questions. If you ask me, I'll reply these questions which I am putting here, or any other question which you want to know. So I was talking about improvement of the teaching learning process. So you should be well prepared about it. You will say that I will motivate the staff members, all my teachers, and observe one class or two class daily, so that they have a fear that the principal is looking after all these classes. You may have the CCTV Kendriya Vidyalayas. Almost all Kendriya Vidyalaya have CCTV cameras in every room with the speaker and everything. So you can even while sitting in your office, you can observe and note down who is the teacher, on which class he is teaching, and what topic he is teaching. You can cross-examine them, not in the presence of the students. Just call them in your office and tell them that you are teaching this topic. You can further interpret them. So they will have an impression that the principal always is watching you. Similarly, general questions may be asked. Suppose a teacher comes to the school and he sits idle in the sun or in the classroom. What are the options available to you to make the person responsible for it, or what punishment you can award them? So there is a book I will refer. It is CCS rules, which is applicable on all central government employees. In that there is an authority, because if a minor penalty is to be imposed, you have few options, only 3-4 options. Censure you can do, that is a warning is kind of type you can issue. You can stop their increment, and one more punishment you can, that is efficiency bar. These are the minor punishment. For major punishment, you have to go through the Departmental Action Committee, of which you are a secretary, and the chairman is the chairman of the school management, will be the presiding officer of that inquiry committee, and other members his constitution is given in CCS rule. So he'll say that I have no power, simply that I can warn them, and you are having a very big power, which is if a person is not doing anything. He has come to the school, he has gone to the class, but not teaching anything, surfing through that mobile or doing something else. So at this stage, you will issue a letter to them why you have not performed your duty today, why your services should not be declared dies known for the day. And this is the biggest punishment you can award, because no other authority superior to you can undo this punishment. There is no appeal for punishment. What is this dies known? Dies known is that the service for the day has been died. That is, it will not be counted for the purpose of their service. If they are retiring at the age of completion of the age of 60 years, they will retire one day before and will not get the pay of that day. So this is one kind of dies known. Another kind of dies known is break in service, which you have to give notice first, 1 or 2 notice, and then you have to go through the committee, because that will bring break in service. That is, at the stage where you have applied this punishment, dies known of service, that will be a major punishment. And the service break will be like this, that if they have worked for 15 years, then this 15-year service, they will again start from the initial pay. So this 15 years service has gone waste. So this is a big punishment you can award. But then all the time punishment is not our aim is to bring improvement in the working of the teachers. And that can be, never mix up too much that they exploit your generosity. Please have a distance between you and your subordinates. Never tell them the stories and about yourself, anything about yourself. Nothing like that. So you keep a distance so that they have a fear. And whenever you notice something wrong, issue a memo to them. Most of the principals, they know that how the memo is issued, but what action on the memo can be taken, they do not know. So first you issue the memo and tell them to reply within 7 days or 15 days or 3 days. If it is urgent, it is 3 days. When their reply comes to you, you can say not satisfied with the reply, inquiry may be conducted. So then you will go for the preliminary inquiry first. Suppose a TGT has committed any mistake, so a senior person, that is a PGT, senior in rank, should be appointed as an inquiry officer, that is for preliminary inquiry, and he will do the preliminary inquiry. The steps of the inquiry are given in the handbook of CCL rules, and some other publishers have published one step-by-step actions to be taken. So sometime if you think that the teacher has realized his mistake, you can take back the memo, not in writing, but you can say that, okay, I'll keep it in your personal file. Every memo should be kept in the personal file. And there are two things. One is personal file and one is the personal book. So every activity is that for a proof is kept in the personal file, and in the personal book you have to mention that issued memo on so and so date for violation of this and this duty. So this is what you have to do. Now understand how to control the office. The clerks want to interfere in your work. In some schools, what is the bad tradition is that when the public examination takes place in your school, the head clerk will say you that I will be the assistant superintendent of the examination. No, he cannot be. Senior most PGT, if he is in your good book, he should be assistant superintendent in the external examining, public examinations, which are usually held on Saturday and Sundays. Why they are interested? They save the money actually. If 7 watermen are allowed, they will employ 2-3. Rest of the money they will pocket it. Similarly, there are another heads where the expenditures are to be done. So let your senior most PGT have to do this work, and clerks should not interfere. How can you control them? Generally, the head clerk, he keeps or she keeps the checkbook and the check issue register, which is not as per the education code. Education code clearly says that these two things, checkbook and check issue register, should be in the custody of the principal. That is, you have an almirah. In that almirah, the checkbook and the check issue register should be kept there. Whenever the check is required to be issued, you give the checkbook and they will fill up and you will sign. Always the checkbook should be with you and the check issue register should also be with you. Whatever entries are made in the check issue register, the clerk will sit across you and he will fill up the entry and then you issue the check. They will be under control. Otherwise, they will exploit. Some junior clerks, they ask some money, 500, 1,000 for handing over the check, and the head clerk, he or she manipulate and they ask commission for that, for paying their dues. What should be actually the process of? There are a lot of purchase in the Kendriya Vidyalaya. Moreover, you keep the extra teachers. That is, if the vacancy is there, then you have to employ the teachers. So during vacations, you conduct examination and you make a panel of all subjects. If a teacher goes on leave, planned leave, so then for more than 3 days, then some teacher of that subject should be called so that the class should not go unattended. The process of payment and purchase is like this, where you are likely to be. Am I right? Are you getting me? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Should I continue in Hindi? Are you comfortable? Yes, yes, yes. Yes, Preeti, tell me.
Sir, we are able to understand.
Okay,
It's
fine.
going well.
Fine. So, purchase process. Here you can commit mistake, but let us make it this issue. Let us make this issue very clear. What actually is that you should register the suppliers of particular, give an ad, or you can put it on your website, some ad on your website, or some you can give in newspaper that this school needs to purchase games items, say furniture, say other stationery is required in the school, whatever thing is required. You register them. They will apply for registration. No fees is charged. You just write their name, address, and telephone. Now, whenever the requirement comes, you send the letters inviting quotations. Performa is there. If you see the accounts code, it is clearly printed in there. So you send them at least for 3, but I will advise that more than 3 or 4 or 5 suppliers should be contacted, and they may be asked to submit the quotations along with some sureties. Sureties, it is refundable. Why sureties? Suppose his quotations are approved and he backs out, then you have to do the process again. So that in that case, their surety, their security will be forfeited. So 4-5% should be contacted, invite quotations, make a comparative statement. You need not open the envelope. Make a committee of 4-5 teachers. On the envelope 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they will sign the envelope, and then they will open. This committee will open these envelopes, and they will also sign in the same order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the pad or on the quotations they put up in the envelope. They will sign it also, and then make a comparative statement. Name of the item, number of items per rate per item, quote here, and then price, total price, how much it comes, and then in the last you mark the supplier who is the lowest supplier. Lowest price is quoted by so and so, hence the order may be placed with this firm. But sometimes the item is not up to the mark. You should also, while you are purchasing, you should also ask for the sample. That is, if you are going to purchase the furniture. So all of them should be asked to supply you a desk sample in the school, and they will be keeping the sample in the school. Keep it in the place where parents, even all visitors, can see, and they can say that this is good, this is not good. They can comment like that. So the purchase committee, you have already made the purchase committee, since you have invited 4 or 5 teachers for opening this. So that will be the purchase committee. The stockholder should be the member of this committee. So sometime what happens that you like a furniture which is costlier than the lowest one. So the committee can recommend, though the so-and-so have quoted the lowest rate, but the quality doesn't appear to be up to the mark. And specify what is the defect. Good quality of wood is not used, or the dimensions which we have quoted, we have given in our tender, is not up to the mark. So and so who has a good quality, but the little bit higher price may be given the order. And here the chairman of the management committee should approve this, because you are going beyond the stated rules that lowest price should be accepted. So that is that is what you have to take care of, and see that the committee should inspect this. Then the order, supply order should be given, and some time should be given that this and this these items should be supplied by so and so date. When these furniture or the items, games item, or whatever it is, comes to you, then what happens that ask the in charge of the furniture in charge to enter in his register all these desk and other furniture, chairs, table, whatever it is in his register, and give the remark on the bill of raised by the supplier. Give his remark that these items have been entered on page number itna in his stock register at entry number so and so.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
सर एक क्वेश्चन पूछना था मुझे, पूछूं क्या? हेलो.
Yes, I am open to the question. बताइए.
एक हमारे इंटरव्यू में भी प्रिंसिपल के इंटरव्यू यूपीएससी लिए थे, उसमें क्वेश्चन पूछा था कि how do you use non-verbal communication in the class? तो सर इसका non-verbal communication in the class.
Oh my God. Non-verbal communication. What are the... Some child is disturbing you. Please. क्या प्रोसेस हो सकते हैं? वर्बल का मतलब है आप बात नहीं करेंगे, कम्युनिकेशन तो लिख के करेंगे, बोर्ड पे लिखेंगे इन द क्लास, और या अगर आप जो है वो अपने ऑफिस से करना चाहते हैं तो फिर क्या करेंगे कि आप नोटिस लिख के भेजेंगे. ये नॉन वर्बल कम्युनिकेशन हो गया. आप बताएं, आर यू सेटिस्फाइड विद दैट? हेलो हेलो तारिक, अमान.
राइट सर.
Yes.
सर इसके अलावा भी और भी वेज हो सकते हैं आई थिंक नॉन वर्बल कम्युनिकेशन
की बात हुई है, जो हम बात कर रहे हैं रिटर्न कम्युनिकेशन की, वो भी तो वर्बल का एक दूसरा फॉर्म होता है, ओरल एंड
वर्बल तो हुआ जहां आप बात कर रहे हैं.
वो बात सही है, लेकिन उनका ये जवाब उन्होंने दिया था हमारे साथी ने, तो उन्होंने कहा नहीं, बिना लिखे और बिना बोले आपको कम्युनिकेशन करना है, और वो कैसे इफेक्टिव आप बनाओगे.
जो मैडम बता रही है. हाँ मैडम. हाँ यस
सर, इसमें हम ये करेंगे कि हमारी जो आईज हैं दे आर द बेस्ट वे टू कम्युनिकेट इन दिस वे. अगर कोई बच्चा शरारत कर रहा है तो हम गेस्चर से उसको, आईज के गेस्चर से, आईब्रो रेज करके या बाय मतलब हाथ के इशारे से हम उसको बोल सकते हैं, या उसके डेस्क पर जाकर हम थोड़ा सा क्लिक कर सकते हैं कि यू आर डिस्टर्बिंग द क्लास. मतलब वो डेस्क पर क्लिक करना ही उनके लिए जो है वो एक इशारा हो जाएगा कि आई एम वाचिंग यू. या आईब्रो, अगर बच्चे का आई कांटेक्ट हो जाता है आईब्रो रेज करके भी हम कर सकते हैं.
एनी अदर मेंबर, एनी अदर व्यू? यस प्लीज. और कोई तरीका?
Yes, for appreciating any good work done by the child, we can pat on the back also. We can show thumbs up also. And in case he is not doing anything which is acceptable in the class, we can, show some kind of frowning expressions that will tell that we are not happy with what is going on in the class.
Okay, right. Perfectly right. Yes, then purchase procedure is complete now.
एक क्वेश्चन था, ये जो परचेज प्रोसीजर आपने बताया केवीज के लिए, यही सेम परचेज प्रोसीजर हमारा यूपीएससी डीओई में भी चलेगा ना सर? सर डीओई का जो यूपीएससी का वाइस प्रिंसिपल का इंटरव्यू है, सेम हमें रिप्लाई देना होगा ना अगर परचेज प्रोसीजर?
यस, मैंने पहले ही बताया. देखिए, आप कोशिश ये करिए कि इंटरव्यू बोर्ड आपके ट्रैप में आ जाए. तो वो कैसे आएगा? आप अपने इंट्रोडक्शन में कुछ ऐसी चीज बताइए जिसको आप अच्छी तरह से पढ़ के गए, क्योंकि ये पॉसिबल नहीं है कि आप हर चीज के अंदर पढ़ के जा सकें। तो आप जो है वो चीजों का जिक्र करिए जो चीजें आप पढ़ के आए हैं, अपने इंट्रोडक्शन में उसका जिक्र कर दीजिए कि एज ए टीचर आई वाज डूइंग इट, आई वाज इन चार्ज, डिसिप्लिन इन चार्ज। तब वो डिसिप्लिन के ऊपर आपसे सवाल पूछेंगे। आई वाज एग्जामिनेशन इन चार्ज, फिर वो एग्जामिनेशन के बारे में आपसे सवाल पूछेंगे। तो आप उन टॉपिक पे पहले से तैयार होके जाइए, कुछ टॉपिक तैयार कर लीजिए। खास तौर से बजट के बारे में पूछा जाता है कि बजट क्या है और आपकी बजट में प्रायोरिटीज क्या क्या होनी चाहिए। तो बजट है कि जितना मेरे पास पैसा आया है उसमें साल भर का खर्चा मुझे चलाना है, या जितना आना एक्सपेक्टेड है। फॉरगेट अबाउट द सैलरी, सैलरी तो आपकी वहां से मिलेगी, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट जो है पे करेगी, केवीएस पे करेगा। अबाउट हो गया पीपल्स फंड, सो उसको आप यूटिलाइज करेंगे और वो बच्चों के वेलफेयर के लिए होना है। तो पोर्टेबल वाटर सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है, बल्कि इससे भी इंपॉर्टेंट है कि आपके ब्लैक बोर्ड और आपके पास चौक होनी चाहिए, ब्लैक बोर्ड सारे सही होने चाहिए। बहुत सारे केंद्रीय विद्यालय में शीशे के ब्लैक बोर्ड लगाए गए हैं, वो अक्सर टूटते रहते हैं। तो जैसे ही वो टूटे तो उसको फौरन ही रिप्लेस करना है, वरना टीचर विल बी हैंडीकैप्ड। और इस बात का ध्यान रखा जाए कि बच्चे जो है वो शरारत ना कर पाए, टीचर्स को हिदायत दी जाए कि भाई आप जो है इस बात का ध्यान रखें। और जाहिर है कि कोई फाइन नहीं कर सकते हम, लेकिन अगर मान लीजिए डराने के लिए उनके माँ बाप को बुला के एक बार जो है वो वार्न कर दिया जाए कि इस वक्त जो है, चूंकि ये बोर्ड बहुत महंगे हैं, वो शीशे के बोर्ड, तो बच्चे जो है वो डर के रहेंगे। वरना वही बॉल खेलने लगते हैं और वो बोर्ड में मार देते हैं या एक दूसरे को बोर्ड में पुश कर देते हैं, वो टूट जाता है। और बोर्ड काफी बड़ा है, 7-8 फीट का है, 4x8 के बोर्ड है, जनरली सारे बोर्ड इस तरह के। So, any other question you ask me? बजट के बारे में मैं बता रहा था, तो बजट में हम अपना खर्चा कैसे चला पाएंगे, उसी को हम बजट कहते हैं। डिफरेंट हेड्स में हमें बांटना है। अच्छा, हेड्स में भी पैसा आपका कहाँ कहाँ पीपल फंड खर्च किया जा सकता है, वो उसमें दिया हुआ है। बच्चों के वेलफेयर के लिए उसमें से कोई भी पैसा खर्च किया जाता है। जैसे मैंने पोर्टेबल वाटर का जिक्र किया, माँ बाप आते हैं, उनको आप चाय पिला सकते हैं। अगर कोई मीटिंग आपने बुलाई है माँ बाप की, तो उसमें उनको चाय ऑफर कर सकते हैं और वो पीपल फंड में बुक होगा। क्लर्क बहुत वो करते हैं, इसलिए आपको ये जानना चाहिए कि आप क्लर्क से ज्यादा पढ़े लिखे हैं। यू आर द अथॉरिटी, यू आर द बॉस इन द स्कूल, सो नोबडी शुड dominate you. Please keep it in mind that you know everything. Don't ask your clerk what the rule says. If a 12th class pass person can go through a book, why not you? You should go through the book, and the book is CCA rule, and accounts code of KVS is also available. Accounts code को देख लीजिए, अगर आपको थोड़ा सा भी टाइम लगे। जो भी टॉपिक आपको, कहीं नहीं मत जाइए, गूगल पे डालिए, फौरन आ जाएगा, सब कुछ आ जाएगा। जो भी आपको कहीं दिमाग अटक रहा है, आप गूगल पे डालिए, फौरन ही आपका सब कुछ आ जाएगा उसके ऊपर। तो क्लर्क से जिस दिन आप पूछने लगेंगे, उस दिन आप हैंडीकैप हो जाएंगे, आप अपनी अथॉरिटी खो देंगे। आपके पोजीशन में पर्सनल बुक वो हटा लेंगे, आपके वो उसमें से निकाल लेंगे, आपको पता भी नहीं लगेगा। आपने कोई रिमार्क दिया है, वो रिमार्क चेंज कर देंगे। तो इसलिए वो आपकी कस्टडी में होने चाहिए। जा करके जैसे ही आप अपना चार्ज लेते हैं, मे गॉड यू गॉट सेलेक्टेड as soon as you face the interview, you will be selected, I hope so wherever you join, आप जाते हैं उनसे कहिए कि इसके बिल्डिंग के नक्शे और इसमें बिजली का पाइप फिटिंग के नक्शे और पानी फिटिंग के नक्शे मुझे दीजिए। ब्लू प्रिंट्स आप सारे मंगवा के अपनी कस्टडी में रखिए। जब भी कोई डिफिकल्टी आए तो आप जो है उनसे उन ब्लू प्रिंट्स को देखिए और उसी जगह रिपेयर कराइए या उसी जगह तोड़वाइए जहां पर आपका पाइप डला हुआ है। तो ये चीजें प्रिंसिपल की कस्टडी में होनी चाहिए। द पर्सनल बुक एंड द पर्सनल फाइल एंड देन चेक बुक एंड चेक इशू रजिस्टर और एक अकाउंट्स कोड और एक एजुकेशन कोड आपके पास होना चाहिए। एक लाइब्रेरी में हो, कोई हर्ज नहीं है। क्लर्क भी अपने लिए खरीद सकते हैं, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। और आप CCS रूल और फाइनेंशियल रूल्स जो है वो ये सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट की बुक्स हैं, ये सबको सुपरसीड करती हैं। इन बुक्स को अपनी कस्टडी में रखिए। जब भी आपको टाइम मिले, जिस टॉपिक पे आपको क्या नाम जो है कुछ ढूंढना हो, फौरन क्या नाम जो है गूगल करिए और उसमें से आपको पता लग जाएगा अंडर सच एंड सच रूल, जाके किताब में पढ़ लीजिए। किसी से क्लर्क से पूछने की जरूरत नहीं है, अदरवाइज he or she will exploit you. Yes, tell me. Any other question, please?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, I have one question.
Yes,
I mean,
please.
it is a very general question, but still I want to
Yes.
know from your side
Yes.
what to answer if the question from us is asked, what are the most important qualities of a principal?
Yeah.
So my question is how to answer this question.
How to answer this question?
Ji, sir. Thank you.
Okay. You are the head of the family. You should behave like a head of the family. Not very strict, not very liberal. Balanced person. Not to favor anybody, not to disfavor anybody. You on the basis of anything, any consideration, you should not discriminate between the two persons. I tell you one thing, I will not name here because my colleagues will also be listening it if they are here. So one of the senior principal, he told a lady who came from a humble background, that is a scheduled caste community, that you have been selected as PGT since you are scheduled caste. So she has to go put a complaint, and when the department wanted to mitigate between these things and solve the problem by mutual consent, she went to the court of law and the principal was punished. So you have to be open-minded. Of course, you can favor those persons who are very good workers, dedicated workers. Suppose next day the result is going to be displayed and your examination committee, they work throughout the night. And one day they ask for short leave. Madam, I am going to market for 2 hours. What generally principals do, they say, no, take half day leave. No, actually they have worked so sincerely, you should say, okay, tell me where is your period, I will take your period, you can. But make an entry in a register for going out. Suppose he or she meets some accident, God forbid. So how you will reply that you have permitted? Where is the proof? How the teacher has gone during his duty, how the teacher has gone out of the school. So an entry should be made in the register. Yes, please. Am I able to answer your queries? The family behave करते हैं वैसे करना, ये एक थंब रूल हो गया। और बताएं, आप में से कोई साहब जो है नया, जिन साहब को इसमें या लेडीज को जिन्हें इसमें इंटरेस्टेड है, जो लोग, वो इसको पढ़ लें। 4 ही पेज हैं, बहुत ही क्या नाम जो है, उस पर गूगल पे मिल जाएगा। अभी आप गूगल करिए, उस पर वो मिल जाएगा, वो पढ़ के जाइए। तो आप अपना जो है वो इस तरह से प्लान कर सकते हैं कि सर हमारे यहाँ एक केस हुआ था एंड आई वाज इंक्वायरी ऑफिसर इन दैट, और क्या नाम, कोई वो आपको वेरीफाई तो करने नहीं जा रहे हैं कि भाई क्या नाम वाकई ये इंक्वायरी ऑफिसर रहे थे या नहीं रहे थे। लेकिन ऐसी गलती मत कर देना कि अपने सीनियर के खिलाफ इंक्वायरी बता दें, क्योंकि इंक्वायरी जो है आप अपने जूनियर से कर सकते हैं, यानी जूनियर इन ग्रेड एंड स्टेटस। आप पीजीटी हैं तो आप टीजीटी तक की इंक्वायरी कर सकते हैं, क्लरिकल स्टाफ की, प्राइमरी टीचर की, और टीजीटी या ग्रुप डी की कर सकते हैं। अगर आप वाइस प्रिंसिपल हैं तो आप पीजीटी की भी कर सकते हैं, और प्रिंसिपल तो ऑल इन ऑल। जी, और कोई चीज जो आपके दिमाग में आ रही हो बताइए। आप में से कुछ लोग बजट के बारे में पढ़ के जाइए जरूर, बजट के बारे में पूछा जाता है आजकल। एजुकेशन, न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी आई है, हॉट टॉपिक है, इसके ऊपर जरूर सवाल पूछा जाएगा। तो थोड़ा बहुत इसमें से, और जो क्वेश्चन आपको नहीं आ रहा हो उसको पास करिए, कि आप उनको कहिए कि सर ये मुझे अभी इस वक्त याद नहीं आ रहा है, तो आप उसे पास कर दीजिए। दे डोंट वांट, दे आर नॉट एग्जामिनिंग यू, दे आर चेकिंग योर कॉन्फिडेंस, हाउ यू डील विद द थिंग्स और हाउ ऑनेस्ट यू आर। अगर आप वाकई नहीं जानते हैं और आपने कह दिया कि नहीं ये मैं बता नहीं पाऊंगा, ये बता नहीं पाऊंगी, तो it is your honesty. Question will be passed and you will be asked another question. I think this interview will be of 30 marks.
Yes, sir. 30 marks for interview and 30 marks is for SDP.
हाँ, आपको क्या नाम जो है ना वो बना के ले जाना है। स्कूल इस्टेब्लिशमेंट